Two Old People on the Couch. I'd like to welcome everybody and thank you for viewing the channel. Please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video if you enjoy the content. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Doing good. Anything changed today?
Yeah, something changed big. Yeah, Mark hammered me. It's like, change the name, change the name. Yes, you did. We decided that we were going to change the name.
Been your channel.
Yes.
I've had no.
Yes.
But we do this a lot.
Yes, we do this a lot.
We do Two Old People on a Couch more than we do.
Yes, we're pretty regular. Yeah. We're giving news.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
So
here we are, Two Old People on the Couch, giving you the news under our perception. Yeah. Anyway, and
everybody do your own research.
Yes, everybody do your own research, and maybe we're giving the other side that you're not getting from the mainstream media.
That's all.
Yes.
We're God-fearing Christians.
Yes.
That love our country.
Yes.
And are conservative, believe we should be responsible for our own care.
Yes.
So that's the perspective you're going to get from
Two Old People on the Couch. So did you have anything else you wanted to start out with talking about this?
First off, you know how I always like to throw you off a little.
Yes.
Right? So Karen's here today.
Yes.
We never bring up Karen when the show goes good. Only whenever it goes bad.
Okay. Well, it's going to go good today.
Karen did an excellent job the other day. We didn't mention her at all. So I just want to give props out to Karen, our producer.
Thank you, Karen.
And good job. And then what else? That's it.
Is that all you have?
That's all I got.
On that? Okay. So... And we are at 84 subscribers.
All right, getting close to 100.
Getting close to 100. If we can get to 100 subscribers, we might try to do a giveaway. Yes, to get up to 1,000.
All right.
So help us get to 100, and we'll announce a giveaway. So tell your friends and family. Woo, we're going big. We're going large.
We're going viral.
Yes, we're going big or go home. So anyway. We have a lot of news. Not so much news, but we have a lot of news. So let's get to the news, okay? So the first thing we have here is, does Trump want to cut the post office funding?
Ooh, it was a deep discussion with me last night on the internet. So
yes.
I didn't really research it yet. But, obviously I thought other people had researched it. So maybe I should find out what this is all about. And then so I went and I listened to Trump. And this is what I... hope everybody does. You can watch your news, your mainstream media news.
Yes.
But if you spend an hour watching mainstream media news,
yes,
watch an hour of Trump actually his briefings, right?
Yeah.
Watch the briefings because seeing it, they're gonna sit there like this and so President Trump. It's outrageous what you said the other day, and they get him with a gotcha question, right?
Yeah.
And then you said something, and then he'll say, I didn't say the virus is nothing.
And they'll only quote.
He'll say, I'm saying the virus is nothing more than the common cold or something like that. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not even saying he said any of that, but then they'll stop it right at, he said it's nothing. But the common cold. So go out there, watch the president say whatever it is, listen to his policies, don't be coming at it like Orange Man bad, know, and just, they just hate him, so they just are they're gonna believe the fake news.
This is what I do on all of it. Like if I hear something, if somebody says something on Facebook or anywhere, or boom, I don't hear the mainstream media anyway. But if stuff gets put out there, I'll immediately research it.
Yeah.
Or look for the article that it came from, or the briefing that it came from, or anything like that.
More than one source.
Yes.
Yes.
So about the post office,
because that was a big topic last night on the old interwebs.
So, the interwebs. Apparently we don't want to be on the interwebs. So, he's not defunding, he's not taking away any funding from the post office.
Right.
It's just that in the stimulus package that they were trying to pass, they were trying to put in all this money for mail-in ballots, which is going to make the election not legit, right? And then his whole point is Amazon is using the post office to deliver packages to people out in the middle of nowhere, and putting that tax burden or that delivery cost on the American people. And FedEx, UPS, Amazon are getting off scot-free because they can just turn it over to the post office.
Yeah, they're going to, we could deliver it out there, but it's going to cost us this much.
Yeah.
The post office is charging this much. They're losing money, but they're only charging this much. So let's just slap a Prime sticker on the UPS truck and send it on out there.
So what he is saying is the post office's charges need to be up.
Yeah.
Or that whole situation needs to be fixed.
A break even. Either it's being ran poorly.
Yes.
And not efficiently. Or they're not charging enough.
And his other point was that the post office has been losing money for years and years and years, way before Trump was even president. So why suddenly it's all Trump's responsibility is beyond me. But anyway.
Right. It's been bleeding since the dawn of time. And I mean, I can understand back in the day before telegraphs.
Yes.
Before telegraphs and stuff like that, we had it was kind of almost a military branch, to be honest with you. It wasn't breaking even. It was the only, let's say,
form of communication.
Yeah, New York is out here. Let's say California is under attack or something like that. There was no communication.
Yeah.
No telegraph, no nothing. So somebody had to get on a horse and buggy or anything and get all the way across the United States to say, hey, we're not doing good out here. You know? So time was of the essence. And
that's why we buy stamps. Stamps should be priced at a level to make the post office break even.
Break even.
That's all the president is saying.
Or we got to find out, streamline and make it cost less to do the same thing at the same price. But break even. That's all Trump's saying. Break even.
Again,
it's not horrible.
Mail-in ballots. I don't know why we can't just go vote like we've always voted. We've always gone to the polls. You can get an absentee ballot. Now, if you feel unsafe going in to vote, go ahead and make arrangements to get the absentee ballot. It's different because it has to be, your signature has to be notarized.
The same.
Therefore, you have to show ID.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Blanketed.
Just mail out and mail them in, and nobody even witnesses
no checks
your
or balances.
Signatures.
Yeah,
or you don't know where they went. Somebody could just throw them in. This is a conservative state, but I'm a Democrat, so I could just throw that mail in the trash. It's ridiculous.
It's not. We've never done it that way in the past.
So there's no reason to do it right now.
But the Democrats want it that way.
Yes.
So therefore, the Democrat-ran media want it that way.
Yes.
And therefore, people don't do their research, and they start saying,
thinking that's the way it needs to be done.
It's just absentee ballots. I'm saying, no, it's not. It's not even close. Do a little research. Get out there. Come on, people.
Let me tell you, the powers that be, the people that run the world, are going to make sure at all costs, even if it destroys America, to get Trump out of office this election.
This is their
big move.
Their power move. I'm sorry. They've been losing a lot of
because they need to get on with their agenda. They have an agenda that's supposed to be all implemented by 2030. It's time to start. They're ready to rock and roll.
And that's what I was kind of trying to say about, how I said watch the briefings all the way through. Also, the news media will pick and choose their outrageous. I don't know what the word is, but they'll whatever it is, they'll pick one outrageous thing that fits their agenda, and ignore. Let me tell you what, those things happen on a minute to hourly basis across the country. Heinous things.
Yes.
And so we're not going to do that. We're not going to counter that outrageous event like the mainstream media. We are here to bring people together on the couch.
Yes.
We're here to bring people together
on the couch.
So we're not going to be like, oh, that happened. Well, you could look over here. This was really bad. That's only bringing racial divide, ethnic divide. Just, anti-American divide. Yes. It's just trying to pull us apart. That's what they want. It's not going to happen on this couch. You will get a conservative perspective and the information
and an American
that we researched and found out.
United States of America perspective.
Yeah, we're pro-American.
We want America to stay. We want American to stay forever.
We're going to give you a Christian perspective and a pro-American perspective. Mm-hmm. So, you can come to us, get a little bit, then go over and get something somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I do. I get a variety of stuff.
I'm subscribed to all kind of people, and some of it's, but it's information, right?
Yes.
And so you take it, you're like, well, that has no facts yet, but I'll keep that. Yes. I'll keep an eye on what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then whenever...
Or they're saying that, I'll go research and see if that's true.
Yeah. And if you really get a little bit of this here, a little bit of this here, a little bit of that there, and you come together, and sometimes you form your own aha moment.
If you bring history into it, sometimes
history,
you can learn.
Which they're trying to eradicate.
You can find out. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We got lots of news. Okay,
right.
So my thing doesn't.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
All right, so update on Portland, Oregon. The Portland, Oregon police said they're going to, the DA said they're not going to prosecute the protesters.
Yeah.
So the Portland police said, if they're not going to prosecute anybody, why are we arresting people? Why are we even here? And so they're not even going to be there.
Might as well just
So leave. It's just going to be the chaos in the streets.
So, So first they said it was Trump sending in the feds, even though it was happening before Trump.
It
for
was
days
already
and weeks before. It was already destroyed. So Trump sends in the feds to protect the federal buildings, and then they're like, all you're doing is insinuating this.
You're feeding
the rage.
Protest. Yeah.
So Trump finally said, okay, well, if you protect yourself, we'll pull out. So they pull out. They send in the state troopers and everything to go in there, and it's just as bad as it was. Well, the feds were there. Maybe worse. Mm-hmm. The riots, not protests.
Yes.
The riots. So
the late night activity.
The late night activities are out of control there. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't the feds.
No.
And now the people are saying, we kind of want this to get over with. Yes. Maybe we do need the feds. The people, not the politicians, but the people are. So it proved Trump by pulling out proved that it wasn't nothing to do with the feds.
I would hate to think that a bunch of people were destroying my town. I kept it really nice. You know what? It would just break my heart if a bunch of people were destroying my town.
But the thing is again, we're here to bring everybody on the couch
together.
Our community is all on the couch. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is, anything. You come to mess with my neighbors.
Yes.
You're dealing with me also.
Yeah.
You're dealing with me and my neighbors. I don't care ethnicity or whatever.
Yeah.
We're a family here.
Yes.
And we're not going to take it.
Right.
All right.
So we all need what's going on with the whole protests, riots, looting stuff is outside forces trying to destroy America.
Yeah.
And pretend that they're Americans. They're not Americans.
Right.
At this point. They're
It's anti-American.
Yes. So, anyway, sorry about that. I'm going to figure that out. All right.
You'll never will.
I know, I won't. Okay, so the latest so there was a peace deal.
Yeah.
And it was a huge win for
something
the Trump
that said that
administration. It was between Israel
impossible.
And the
UAE.
Yes,
United
UAE.
Arab Emirates, whatever it is.
UAE. Between them and the UAE.
United
now,
Arab Emirates.
ABC News is already saying that it's
it can't
bad.
be good.
Yeah, no. It's they're saying oh gosh, who are the other people there? Palestinians.
The Hezbollah and Palestinians.
Yes, Palestinians are not happy that this will not bring peace. So there is that.
Blah,
so
whatever.
That's what the mainstream media is.
It might not, but it's still a step forward.
Yes, it was a big win for peace. Now, let's think about this for a minute, okay? Typically, one side is always against war. And actually, the side that it's in right now is usually for war.
Yeah.
But Trump is very much the peacemaker and does not want war. And he has done everything to keep us from going to war while he's been president.
His hand, everybody on the fake
Yes. Why media, would you not like that?
Mainstream media.
Yes.
Have been saying, he's going to destroy, there's going to be a nuclear war with North Korea and the Middle East is going to explode by him moving, the stuff around and all that stuff, the embassy, you name it. They've been, and all he's done is
keep us out of war.
Keep us out of the war. Remember back whenever the Democrats said having troops over there was bad? Remember that?
Now, and Trump wants to bring the troops home.
Now he's bringing them home, and the same people are like...
They got to stay over there.
They got to stay over there and keep the war going.
Sometimes it's just ridiculous.
So he's pulling everybody out. Things are getting peaceful.
Yes.
He ain't playing no games.
Yes.
And he's really straightening up the place.
Anyway, peace
do your own research. If you can find somewhere where Trump's, trying to take over a country or something like that, let us know, because we haven't found it yet.
Okay.
All right.
So there was that. All right. I
can't read that.
Well, you could if you were up there,
right.
And it's going to be bigger.
It'll be bigger on people's...
Yeah.
All right.
So
all right, what
anyway,
does it say?
It's about the Democratic convention. So the Democratic convention is going to be viral.
Oh, yeah.
Viral. I have all the information.
Man,
sorry.
You should do some research in how the election can play out. It gets crazy.
Let me get this information out there first.
Okay. Get it out there.
So,
put us up full screen then.
Okay.
Because I can't even read.
Well, I know, but I don't like people watching
Karen,
me read.
bring us up full screen.
Okay, we're up for full screen. Okay. So, it's going to be a virtual DNC convention slated to take place August the 17th through the 20th, which is next Monday through Wednesday.
All right.
It will air for 2 hours from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay.
And, of course, Biden and Harris will speak. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So, I didn't know when they were planning on doing the whole virtual convention thing, so that's what we're letting you guys know. It's going to be Monday through Wednesday. So, we'll be watching that. We'll be figuring out what their platform is.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Platform, yeah.
Hopefully.
I haven't heard anything yet. Do you know what they're running on?
And so there'll be a lot of news next week. So
I think they want us all to wear masks. They're making that pretty beforehand.
Well, Biden does want a mandatory mask nationwide order, but that's beside the point. Okay. So then the Republican convention.
All right.
Here we go. All right. Karen's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job, Karen.
The 300 delegates will still gather in Charlotte, right, for the Republican convention.
But I hope they have their masks on.
But so each of 4 nights starting August the 24th, so the following week, August the 24th, and for 4 nights, so Monday through Thursday, is going to be the Republican convention.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really find the times, but I would think that they would be similar to the other ones, so probably from 9 to 11.
It's going to be virtual too?
It's going to be virtual.
All right.
Okay. And on the 27th, that means on the 27th, Trump will give his speech. Are they going to
have holograms?
No. Why would they have holograms?
They could act like they're all there.
No.
Just like the football, not the baseball. How Fox does it on baseball. They have electronic people in the stands all cheering.
No.
Come on. Let's get it. Let's make
Trump's giving his at the White House, which people are... He can't give it at the White House, blah, 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 blah.
Well, he can't leave. He can't do it.
But I'm sure everybody's going to give speeches where they're at.
Can I tell you something? Wherever Trump does it,
they're going to hate.
It's going to be bad.
Yes.
And anywhere that the Democrats do it, it's just going to be the smartest, the most, they're saving the planet move
possible. So, anyway.
Yeah.
So that's the update. Next week is the Democratic convention,
all right.
And the following week after that is going to be the Republican convention. Mostly virtual. Viral. It probably will go
just like our channel.
Virtual. Mostly virtual. So everybody watch both. We're going to watch both.
Yep.
We're going to be taking notes.
Yep.
And trying to figure out who wants what, and
we'll see
where we're lying.
Who wants to
keep America
control away from the people, and which ones want to
give control back to the people.
Which ones want to take the guns, and which ones want you to keep all your constitutional rights. We're just going to give you that information.
Yes.
We're just going to say these want to do this. We're going to look at the policies.
Yes.
Because, have you ever heard me badmouth Biden? We've been doing this show for a long time. Have I ever said anything bad?
We haven't really. You haven't. Like, we haven't called him any names or anything
no name
like
calling or nothing like that. And I even said this back whenever Obama got elected. I was like, if he makes
America
good and cuts my taxes and everything, I could care what party he's from.
Yeah.
Nationality, anything. Nationality. That's kind of important though. But
if he's good,
for America, I'm all aboard. You won't hear me say a peep, right?
Yeah.
But
he wasn't.
He wasn't good for America. Okay. But that's all I'm saying. I haven't said anything bad about Biden personally. I just want to find out what his policies are. Then we'll cut and nitpick and research the policies to see if they're good for us. And it might be good. It might not be good for me. It might be good for somebody else, though. But we'll give you the information.
Yeah, but it needs to be good for Americans.
Americans in a whole.
Yes.
Instead of like here, China, just take everything and
that we have and
come on in and take control of us all.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know. We don't know. Do your research with us.
So are you wanting to get into your whole scenario, or did you
I got into the scenario the last show. But I still, and I've researched even more, and it gets way even crazier, but I still think they'll do all this. I mean, it'll basically come down to after the convention, somewhere between election and now, they're going to release a new ticket. Biden will have some kind of complication or he'll step down.
Yeah.
There'll be a new ticket. Then if the mail-in ballots and everything work, and they get a green light on that, and they actually outright win, then they're just going to say they'll probably want Trump out
immediately.
Not even to January.
They'll come out with about that.
Yeah, he's going to have to leave that day or something.
They're doing stuff we've never done before.
Yeah, you can't do that. It happens in January, but they're going to want him out ASAP. And then, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the votes are for Trump, even with all the shenanigans going on. I think he still pulls it off. And of course, then if they pull it off, then they'll say you got to count all those mail-in ballots that have no checks and balances, and we're going to weed through it all, which is going to delay the election. Then they get to put somebody else in, but now now it goes farther out though. So if they do pull that shenanigan, it comes out that I forget one Republican senator becomes president and Pompeo becomes the vice president, and that works for
a temporary
for
president
me, and not
because they don't an interim president.
Yeah, so maybe this whole mail-in ballot thing might they haven't thought it all the way out either. As how it could work.
I'm sure they still have.
They got tricks
up there.
It's not going to be smooth.
It's going to be an interesting election.
Can we say it's not going to be a smooth election? And I almost can guarantee you that Biden and Harris will not be the ticket. I'm really there's no way they can run those two and pull off a win. In my opinion, that's just he can't debate. He's got
he hasn't
said a peep yet. Yeah. So and the other day he was having a press conference and they asked him one question and he had a press conference, a event,
Yeah.
And they literally got one, and now all the press people are like, he's go, and the lady's going, I'm sorry, excuse me, this is over, we're done, and they dragged, Trump, he would stay there for an hour and talk, even though he knows the press is totally against him.
Like,
they'll talk to him all day long, but boy, they whisked him back.
Off.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much. I've seen him do a few virtual things, but not elaborate stuff. Oh man,
yeah. Well, let's see it. Let's just hope.
Let's debate.
He's gonna be our president. He needs to be out there answering questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, there's that. Okay. I know this was from Monday, but we still don't know too much information about this.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever find out the information.
Last Monday, the same day that had the shooting on the lawn at the White House, earlier than that day, somebody shot at a helicopter, a U.S. Air Force helicopter.
And this division of the U.S. Air Force helicopters, these Hueys, their primary mission is to take dignitaries and move them
around,
high-profile dignitaries, and move them around. And they said they were doing an exercise. I don't know what kind of exercise you have. Do you put a dignitary in there and try to move them somewhere? I don't know. But listen to me. If somebody shot at an airline or something like that, it would be major news.
Yeah, it's kind of been hush-hush.
And it would just be very... That's one thing in America that you just can't do. You cannot fire at planes in the sky or helicopters. That's a huge... I mean, there should be...
Federal. Well, the FBI is investigating.
There's a manhunt going on.
Yes.
And I would like to know who was on there.
On the plane.
That would... if it was empty... we'll never know the truth because... you don't want to just be giving out information like, they shot at one of our helicopters that takes dignitaries around. So then...
But I feel like the mainstream media isn't digging into stuff. You can hardly find any information. I was trying to find out the condition. We're just two
old people on a couch.
Yeah, and we asked
in the middle of nowhere. We're not even back there.
Right?
Or else we would be like, hey. Yeah. But this is going to be...
Hush. Just like the shooting at the White House is hush-hush.
Yeah, this is...
Everything's hush-hush.
This stuff going on is really... That shooting is very important. But we won't...
We don't know the truth.
No. Okay. This is all going to be researched and FBI behind the scenes. We might find out someday way in the future. But until they find out what's going on, you're not going to hear anything.
So one person on the plane was injured, but they're okay.
Yeah.
So just so everybody knows, there was an injury on the plane, but he's okay. So anyway, and that's all the info. Like the shooting from Monday, I can't find out the condition of the guy that did the shooting or that was threatening to shoot or anything.
If you took a drone and tried to fly it near an airport, you'd be
Air Force a helicopter. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You would be crucified.
Yes.
Man, that's a big, huge no. And, take it one step further, shooting at.
Yes. It's a federal offense. So the FBI is investigating. And
it's big. It's not in the news big, but it's a big story.
Yeah, and we were going to mention it Wednesday, but I really had no information about it. So I kind of just wanted to mention it to let people know. We just barely
heard about it.
So you guys can... do some research. If you guys can find out some information, let us know about the
Listen, if you don't agree with what we're saying, or if you have information that you could give to us, please. And if you know the policies of Biden, please put them.
Yeah, please put the policies of Biden.
Put it in our description down below because, we're not.
We just haven't heard from him.
We're given from what we find out.
Our perception of how things are in the world. And we do a lot of research. We're not
afraid of debates either. Please put it down there. We'll say thank you for the information. And we'll research into it. We'll research into it. And maybe, what we were thinking we're wrong. So, if you get more information and disagree with what we're saying,
let us know.
We would love to have the information.
Yeah. We're just trying to get to the heart of what's going on in America and make sure that America stays America. Yeah. That's all we want.
We're not agenda-based.
No.
We want to know what's best for America.
For America.
That's our agenda.
Okay.
What's best for America?
So we're going to talk a little bit about the second stimulus package, right? Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. I got my paperwork. Sorry. Mark doesn't like it when Karen leaves it up on that screen, so Karen had to change it.
Go full screen.
Okay, so the Senate breaks until September the 8th, and the House recesses until the week after that, so that's September the 15th.
September 15th, okay.
So don't expect any $1,200 stimulus before October now. And why they can't just do a bill that just says we're going to give out another stimulus to the people.
That's it.
For $1,200,
Yep.
And that's it.
How about everybody, too? Like, make it fair. But
they're just trying to put all this other stuff in it to save these Democratic states and cities that were bankrupt before the whole coronavirus.
Yep.
That have been poorly ran for years and years, and now they're having trouble and bankrupt. And it's like $1 trillion they're wanting to add.
Do your research. Look at what the Democrats were putting in. I'm not saying there's probably Republican requests that are crazy too. So why can't we just get rid of the two crazy parties?
If what we need to do is get money to the people, why can't we just get money to the people and then you guys can debate all that other stuff later? Because I know it won't pass later.
It's kind of like this. If there's a hurricane in the Gulf, what did, they all got on to President Bush because he wasn't fast enough with the relief and all that stuff and everything. And, oh, my gosh, it was terrible.
Ask for it. They turned out they didn't ask for it or something.
Right. I'm just using this as an example. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, my gosh, you got to do more. You gotta get it out. Bing, 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 bing. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, this is like a hurricane. This virus is like a hurricane. It affected the whole nation. Mm-hmm. So the funds go out there to stabilize the nation so it doesn't collapse. Just like we stabilize New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't collapse.
So that's all they're trying to do is like, hey, let's get the money. Like, like whenever a tornado comes to Oklahoma, people affected get $1,200. There's a set amount of money that everybody gets when the tornado happens. This is the same thing that they're trying to get done.
Yes.
But, you're right. It's not about the people who were affected by the tornado.
It's about bailing out cities and states.
It's going to be bailouts for poorly ran cities and states and not because of the flu. This has been happening for a long time. And they just want people to run the Postal Service, break even, run it right.
So
run your states right. Don't go in the hole. Yeah. I don't go in the hole. I'm responsible. We want our politicians to be the same.
So
go ahead.
Bottom line is, unless something changes and they get all called back or something or whatever and resume talks, it doesn't look like any kind of stimulus will happen until October.
Okay.
So that's the latest update that I found on that. So anyway, and that's about all I have today. Right. So this is the weekly wrap up.
Yep.
It's Friday. We've been doing this segment the longest. So.
Can I also state that you don't look evil and
Stern.
That's what I get online whenever I just debate. Is people start calling me out to be some kind of monster, and I'm like, you should watch two old people
on the couch.
You look like just a sweet sweet young lady, and I try to smile and keep it lighthearted and just give information. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, so
we'll take your information too.
We'll be back on Monday with Startup Monday. So. That is it for today. I can't end the way that I always
Yes, you can. I told you that.
I can still
it's
end
a
it
great.
With it. Okay, we're gonna keep the ending.
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
Okay, so are we ready to wrap this up? Wrap up
Friday. Oh, it is wrap up Friday.
It is wrap up Friday. Yeah. Okay. So until next time, remember, keeping it simple is not the same as doing nothing.